The GSTL, things are looking really, really dangerous for StarTale right now. Bomber is the last man standing. If he takes it, we will go to an ace match, but if not, then it's all over here, and AZUBU will actually take their 4-0 against StarTale.
And it's actually a really tense match for StarTale, especially since Bomber so far in Heart of the Swarm has never ever won a single series against SymBull, so that doesn't really go for the StarTale team here. Bomber is the man they have to rely upon right now, as they did so often in the past.
Yep.
But it's not going to be easy, not at all.
No, Bomber actually not looking like he's in the best mood to be playing this game right now either. Just had that little frustrated eyebrow going there. There's the StarTale coach looking tense, but the AZUBU coach looking even more tense today. He's like...
the entire time I was actually thinking like he's looking really sad today, but he's just texting. He's concentrated.
Oh, I didn't know he was texting.
It looked for a second like he was texting. I'm not quite sure if it's really true, but I thought that he had a phone there. Or something.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, anyways, like you said, SymBull actually taking out Bomber every time they do face each other. Him ending up being the better player. They face each other a lot in Korea. And you know, Bomber does really well in and outside of Korea. But consistently in Korea, SymBull always is ahead. And there's a better shot of that hoodie I was talking about earlier. It looks really good. I like it a lot, man. I know you like the other one. I like the other one too, but...
No, the white one is epic. I really love that. I want to get one of those. I feel like I have to get like a Red Bull sponsorship before I can actually get one.
Well, maybe that's something you can shoot for if you want it. If you want the hoodie, man. Like,
I'm not sure. Like, I could also just beat up a Red Bull athlete and steal the hoodie. And I would probably have a better chance doing that.
Maybe. But
maybe. Have you looked at me recently? Have you looked at the guys who wear that hoodie here in Korea?
I'm just saying, man, you're quite popular. I mean, maybe a sponsorship is in your future. Like, I don't know which one is better for you.
I guess I have to talk to Ryan about that.
I don't know about that moose on that hoodie. On the other hand,
which one?
There was a moose on a jacket there.
Oh, okay.
One of the AZUBU coaches looked like.
Well, from jackets to StarCraft, I guess we're gonna start in a second, if actually everything is going okay. For a second I could hear production, so we might have a problem there.
He just wanted to tell us a joke, I think.
That could also be the case.
I don't think we have any problems.
Yeah, so far it doesn't really look like it. SymBull, oh yeah, gulping that HOT6 there.
Yeah, HOT6 is great for everything.
The only thing that it doesn't do, it doesn't help you grow hair.
Do you know if you pour HOT6 on the stain, the stain will just disappear?
Stain disappears, and whatever you put HOT6 on also disappears.
If you put HOT6 in your car, it'll go faster. Only a little bit, I recommend, but you know.
Guys, don't do that at home.
If you put HOT6 in your hair, it'll make it shinier. Just make sure you do it before you put your shampoo in and the conditioner. So before your shampoo, just a little bit of HOT6, about as much as you would put on your toothbrush when you brush your teeth with HOT6 as well at home to give your teeth that extra bit of energy.
Yeah.
Great as a mixer for drinks. It's actually true.
Yeah, okay, that one is true. That one I can confirm. Guys, we're going into the game. It might be the last one of the day if SymBull series against Bomber holds. The coach has a lot of faith in him. SymBull versus Bomber at the GSTL. We have AZUBU versus StarTale. The game is, of course, brought to you by Columbo.
HOT6, part of every balanced breakfast.
Oatmeal and HOT6 in the morning keeps you going. The bottom right of the map here in Tristram, we have the Terran player for Team StarTale.
StarTale Bomber.
Bomber once was thrown out of the plane like a bomb. He enjoyed it.
Yeah. And he's going up against the Zerg to the top left of Tristram. He's going up against
AZUBU SymBull.
And SymBull versus Bomber has a bit of a story in Heart of the Swarm when you look at the offline performance between the two of them. SymBull won 6 maps against Bomber and he only lost once. He never lost the series to Bomber. He won a best of 5 with a 3-1, he won a best of 3 with a 2-0, and he won a best of 1 with a 1-0, obviously. So, if that series holds today, then AZUBU takes the team match with a 4-2.
Yes.
Wolf is doing the math in his head right now. He's like, is that actually correct? I don't know, but I don't want to say anything.
I just, I wonder if a 3 out of 7 is really 30%. Yeah, that is. That's 3 out of 10. Yeah.
What?
I saw 3 out of 7. I was like, I don't know if that's 30%. But I did the math in my head. And I was like, no, it is 30%. See, I can do it. You know, sometimes with Hearthstone, like, my slowest turns are definitely the ones where I decide if I can kill my opponent in one turn. Those are, I'm like, you know, yeah, you gotta do this, and then I buff this, and I do the beast thing, where the beasts all, like, high-five each other and get +1. They all get +1 to each other, beasts die, and everybody's like, yeah, we're beasts,
wait.
yeah.
What do you say, 3 out of 7 or 3 out of 10?
No, 3 out of 10. Three wins and 7 losses is 30%.
Yeah, that's 30%. I was like, I was not quite sure if like 3 out of 7 is 30%, and then I did the math and it was like correct, and I'm like, what? No, that's not correct, but okay.
I may have said that by mistake, but yeah, I meant 3 out of 10.
I probably just misunderstood.
Because I think I saw a 3 and a 7, I was like, well, those are both odd numbers. And in fact, those are both prime numbers. So I was thinking to myself, well, prime's not in the GSTL, and this can't be 30%. So that's the conclusion I came to. But a very fast gas here for Symbol, who may be aggressive against the CC, not CC first, but early CC that he's scouted of Bomber. Gonna be a Reaper, it looks like.
This is the second Terran versus Zerg that we have today, and so far the win ratio of the Zergs is actually really good this day today here at the GSTL. And the drone is still active in the map. I mean, Bomber already has his first Marine and is just trying to push Symbol's scout back as much as he can to hide whatever he's gonna do next and what's he exactly gonna use here. Even blocking it out, second Marine pops out, goes for the last hit, and this was not gonna be job here with no experience, no gold from Marine number 1 who did all the work. Everyone who's ever played like good MOBA knows what that feels like.
Yeah, that's... I mean, the assist nobody cares about how many assists you get. I mean...
Exactly. Nobody gives anything about assists. Like, you can have 100 assists if you don't have the kill, and it's like, yeah, well, I'm still better than you.
That's the story of the support. Support is like, oh yeah, I got 2 kills. Carries like, well, I got 15. Like, yeah, but I mean, I got 30 assists. I don't care how many times you grabbed him or you stunned him or you healed me while we were fighting. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't. The carry always gets all the girls.
Yeah, unless it is a girl, in which case it gets all the guys, I suppose.
That's the case in esports anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, that's...
I mean, if you're a girl in esports, that's the win right there.
I just meant like a girl hero, like the hero is female.
Yeah.
But in this case, you know, a female hero could be controlled by either gender. As well as the hero could be either gender as well. Especially in MOBAs, you have a lot of
you're making this a lot more complicated than it actually is.
There's a lot of female heroes in MOBAs. Or champions. In Heroes of New Earth, it's heroes, right? Because they're heroes of New Earth.
I would assume so, but
I never played that one.
I'm more the Dota guy.
Alright, well anyways, going back into this. Fast Overlord speed. Give him a good scout into the main base.
Something that we see a lot more often, like the fast Overlord speed is really, really important, and it can help you so much, especially if there's an aggressive timing by your opponent. We just saw that in the Challenger League, actually, that the fast speed was able to find out about the timing that was planned by the Terran player, and the response was just so brutal that the Terran was never ever in a position to really take control of the game. But that's the early scout in general gives you so much safety, you know what's happening, and you also can use the rest of your Overlords to get into good positions on the map to see whatever is coming your way. Not only Hellions, but you can also just make sure that you spread out the Overlords so that you have like a legal map hack, every corner completely covered, so that even a medivac trying to scare around the corners is not going to be a surprise to you.
Yeah, if you look at the map, you can see he's got really good coverage here. Almost as good as 4G. But there's... Hellions get caught and killed there. That was a mistake. Not only on our observer's part by missing it, but also on the Hellions. They were not paying attention. He was trying to chase the Overlord down. Notice that the amount of Zerglings that Symbol has made here is just enough for him to clean up the Hellions. Now he's done that. He has total map control. He keeps making drones. He's killing rocks here. And I think he's going to take a 4th base. He can. He has 58 drones. But he's actually... He's making... extract. Okay, so never mind. He's just going to go ahead and add it. Okay, there they go.
Bomber's going for siege tanks.
Bomber's going for Siege Tanks. Yeah, that is a rare occurrence in this matchup.
We see that a little bit more often, but actually Bomber was one of the few players who always stuck with Siege Tanks a little bit in this matchup and really tried to make that work. In general, like the general consensus from most Terran players is that they say, okay, Siege Tanks, they do not really have a huge role in the game anymore since Widow Mines are just so much better with whatever you can do there. But a few Siege Tanks can still help you out, and Bomber is one of those guys who really likes them and who tries to control them well, still makes the pushes happen. And if the first push doesn't work, he usually transitions back into Widow Mines.
Yeah, the Siege Tanks actually don't require Siege mode anymore in Heart of the Swarm, but they have some utility with a few specific timings, especially on like Akalon, for example, or against Roach pushes like you mentioned. But now he's got him in a place where this third base is totally free from harassment. It's going to be basically impossible for him to do anything there. The fourth base that Symbol takes is finally going up, and it's also accompanied by a macro hatch on the main base.
And talking about doing things, like the creep spread that we have on the map is getting really ridiculous for Symbol, and Bomber is not doing a whole lot about that. Of course, he wants to move out with the first Medivacs and then maybe try to use the scan and take down the tumors, but this is starting to become a bit of a problem for him. The creep spread alone is going to slow down every single push that Bomber can muster later on. And Symbol is really just gearing up. I mean, he's going into Infestation Pit and Spy at the same time, which I, by the way, love. It will give him a lot of options and flexibility. But Bomber is playing a very, very passive game so far.
Yeah.
And
going
also
for the Medivac in here, but a bit late.
And he's also falling behind on the upgrades.
Yeah. 2-2 a little bit faster here for Symbol.
Okay, that Medivac is just ridiculous right now. It's like, yeah, hi, I'm there, and I can't do anything, but like, yeah, could you please build a couple of units and be afraid of me?
Yeah. We just got a glimpse of the vision there. The hatchery actually to the south is not revealed, and it doesn't have creep connected to it yet, which is kind of ironic.
There's a Hive Tech before the 12-minute mark. Hive Tech. And 87 Harvesters, so
Bomber's playing too scared, too defensive. I mean, he's got 3 Siege Tanks on the high ground and 2 bunkers, like he's ready to be attacked. You know what I'm saying?
That Medivac is just silly. It's still there. And everywhere it goes, there are units. It's like, okay, it's a bit awkward, but yeah, I guess I have to leave now. Doesn't even see the Hive Tech. I mean, that thing doesn't see anything.
Bomber's basically, I think, just going to wait until he has 3-3 before he gets aggressive. He's going to be doing one of those, but
if Bomber continues down that path, I think he has a really good transition into GG in front of him.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, how many tumors do we have? 75?
Yeah, something like that.
For now, like he's going to have
80.
more.
He's up at 79. He's going to have 80 in a second.
But Bomber is actually just doing nothing.
Yeah.
He's making a plating armor for his Widow Mines. He's making 13 Marines at a time.
Symbol will have probably 3 started before the turn.
Yeah.
Like 3-3 is probably going to start for Symbol before it does for Bomber, which is ridiculous in itself.
Bomber is just not getting anything done. He's got one Medivac here that is on a tourist route, just checking out what the Zerg is up to.
Bomber is playing this a little bit like Paul used to play his Terran versus Zerg, especially in Wings of Liberty. Just sitting tight on 3 bases. The entire map goes to the Zerg, and then once he hits his 200, he goes up into the 3-3, he moves out and does damage. That's how he won games against Kangho, where Kangho had the entire map, like every inch covered in creep, and then Paul just simply moved out. And here we go, most of that army is already gone. A massive bank that we have here for Symbol, he's rebuilding. And he has Mutalisk in the main base of his opponent, goes straight into Adrenal Glance. 3-3, not started just yet.
And it's just a small group of mutas too, but it's able to get some damage done, take out some add-ons. Siege Tanks here, maybe surprising a little bit for Symbol to face this many of them. He's also got 11 Widow Mines with the upgrade, and with soon the plating to be done if it didn't finish already.
Missile turret's going down for Bomb, and I really like it. Him using all those structures is going to help him. There's the 3-3 started for Symbol before it starts for Bomber. Is he able to get it out? That's the other question. Here come those Widow Mines, and he rolls the Banelings, and he's trying to take them down. Doesn't really get them, but here we go.
Yep, Widow Mine gets shot there, and he's actually baiting out Widow Mines in a decent trade for him because he's got this bank.
A big problem. Oh, burrowed links into the in the base here. Big over problem for Symbol is that he has 91 Harvesters. He needs to be careful about that, and at some point start to build Spine Crawler so that he can max out on army supply.
Yeah, because Bomber's army supply is 133 against 100 right now. His control impeccable. The Siege Tank's actually really worth a lot here. And look at that. I mean, if he targets the siege tanks well on these banelings, he's doing a lot of damage. The Widow Mines come in as well.
Yeah, the banelings moving in, and those lings are just taking out everything. The Widow Mines with good shots so far, but can the reinforcements really kill this army? Another siege tank goes down. Lings at the natural are doing a lot of damage to the SCVs. 14 harvesters killed already. The Marines putting an end to that.
But I mean, just look at the army supply for Bomber. He's like, oh, I kill my SCVs, that's fine, I'll just make more army units. He has 101 versus 50. That just jumped up a lot higher as I was speaking, as units finished. But still, Bomber with a better composition, arguably, here. Down and upgrades slightly, but it doesn't matter because they're even right now.
Adrenal Glance is done, and the Lings are going in once again. They are hungry. They're going for the nom-nom here, doing a lot of damage, but those Widow Mine shots putting an end to the Zergling aggression, and the Marines still backing them up. An endless stream of bio units going to the left side of the map, trying to put pressure on Symbol.
Symbol is actually just not engaging Bomber's army very seriously. It feels like he's just kind of crashing in haphazardly. Viewless going down for no reason here. Now he continues the assault. He's actually going to be able to kill his hatchery. It's already very low. Several Widow Mines here to support. And the rest of the Lings coming are just a bit too slow.
Yeah, Symbol does currently really try to get the lava in there. He's playing a very lava-intensive game, and he's still holding on to that base. The Widow Mines are starting to go down here, but another one with a shot could take down the Zerglings, and that's exactly what he does, but the split was decent for Symbol. The APM for Bomber jumping up to 400 at this point in time. Lings running in and really trying to take down all of the tanks before they can get into position, and with the Zerglings also taking out the Widow Mines before they are burrowed, Symbol is starting to take more and more control of the situation.
Yeah, he really is starting to stabilize here. He saved the base, actually. And it's 86 harvesters now against 53. Dead even army supply. And the economy for Bomber has taken such a huge hit. He didn't kill these rocks earlier, which actually hurt his reinforcing power so much. He's going to now take a 4th base. And his 3-3 is almost done, but it's not quite there. 14 Marines at a time, and Ultras, on the other hand, are on the way.
Ultralis and Pathless Glance for the Infestors. And another thing that we have to talk about is that the longer the game lasts, the better for Symbol, since Bomber is starting to run out of, he runs out of crystals, he runs out of minerals here.
Do we have Adrenal Glance?
Yes, Adrenal Glance has been done for a long time already. He finished that before 3-3. He started it before he started 3-3.
That's what I thought.
Oh my god, he's going for proxy hatches already. He's like, dude, you have 3 bases. I have the map.
He has the map indeed. Widow Mine shots here are decent against the Ultralists. There's no fungals, but there's also no splitting whatsoever, of course, for Bomber here. And now he's actually caught in between the Ultralists and that ledge. The Lings come from behind with a surround.
Here comes that hatch. He's moving in. The Ultralists doing damage to the Marines. Finally been taken out. And that hatch so far has to be cancelled. That's what he does immediately. He still has 2,000 minerals, and he's building more Ultralists, more Zerglings, more Infestors. He has long-distance mining, Bomber that is, because he just can't do anything. There is too much creep on the map.
I think Symbol needs to just calm down for a second, though, and get everything together, because he has Infestors to follow this up, and he doesn't actually need to start dropping macro hatcheries just yet. Yes, he is massively ahead here when it comes to economy, and he's even continuing to stop Bomber from mining this base, this 4th base right now. But does not want to take any poor engagements like that last one that we saw. That was actually pretty nasty to watch.
And the income is on par with the help of all the SCVs. We have mules. We have 7 of them in the game. The Ultralisk at the front is already tanking the damage of the Widow Mines. And Symbol is just biding his time here, waiting a little bit longer until he can max out once again. He still has a lot of harvesters.
Yeah, a lot of harvesters here. And here comes a lot of Ultras on the other hand, getting some really good shots here.
Taking that expansion too, forcing his opponent back once more. A 40 supply harvester lead, 90 worker supply against 50, but the army supply alone is great. He's dancing. Oh my god, he is so confident that he's going to win this game.
You know, I don't blame him for that. He's got Queens here for transfuses on the Ultras, 4 more Ultras on the way. Bomber is just trying to find an angle here. He's not able to mine from this base anymore. The Queens are actually starting to damage the commands there heavily.
He's trying to move in, but with only 3 CCs, 3 bases, and mineral patches running low, he knows that he is controlling every single source of income here. We have Zerglings burrowed at every other possible expansion position for Bomber, and the Terran player just in so much trouble. Even a Viper is now being built so that he can start with a Blinding Cloud.
Unlimited transfuses, it seems like here. 2 Ultras on the other hand look like they will fall. 1 Queen getting a little bit too far off creep. Bomber is hanging on. He forced a cancel on this offensive hatchery. He found that very offensive. 3 more Infestors. Like you said, the Viper coming out for Blinding Cloud.
But Bomber is on a clock. Bomber is really on a clock, and Symbol could actually edge out a victory much faster if he just would invest in a few Spine and Spore Crawlers and free up supply so that he can max out an army supply. He's maxed out at 200 and he's only at 100 army supply, so on par with Bomber. But yeah, if he would build a few spine crawlers and get rid of the worker supply, at least a little bit, then he could have an overwhelming army in the game and just roll over the Terran.
Don't forget that he also has 9 Ultras here. I mean, the army supply for him, it doesn't even show how much the composition is so good.
With Infestors, I mean, the Infestors with the bundles here already doing the job, and just look at this army melting away. GG! AZUBU takes it again. Last season they won it with the 4-3. This season, or this round, they win it with the 4-2. The series of Symbol versus Bomber, it holds. He takes it.
Yeah. History repeats itself in both the Bomber versus Symbol and also the AZUBU versus StarTale. So that was a rough game for Bomber. He just really couldn't get an edge on Symbol. He was too passive in the early game, and it gave Symbol all the time in the world to tech and get his economy up. So many drones, and he got away with it.
Yeah. I mean, there was no aggression at the beginning. The StarTale coach is not too happy about that now.
Yeah, definitely not.
Terran versus Zerg was never the matchup where Bomber was really confident in. But yeah, this game, Symbol is currently out of the individual league, and that's one of the reasons why he could, of course, completely focus on this match, whereas Bomber has a lot of things on his mind these days. But yeah, that's definitely a bit of an edge that the Zerg had here. But Bomber was too passive. I mean, there's no doubt about that. He had a bit of momentum going and moving into that base at the bottom left, but when Symbol started to hold and got those upgrades out early, we had a hive tag at 1150.
It goes to show you also, we talked about this a little bit, the previous team match that we cast in this format is that, normally you would never send Bomber out against a Zerg player, especially against a Zerg player like Symbol that has bad history in a all-kill format. But in this format, he just got unlucky. I mean, he didn't know what his opponent would be, and most people wouldn't expect you to put a strong player at last, like Bomber or Symbol, so it's just kind of a weird, unlucky situation for him there.
I feel that AZUBU was expecting Bomber to be last, just because he probably wants to hide his strategies and whatever he does for the upcoming WCS final, so I feel that he was in a position where he asked the coach, hey, can you put me out last so that I might be in a position where I don't even have to play. So I feel AZUBU might have gambled there a little bit. Yeah. But maybe that's also one of the things that the coach is going to answer now.
Exactly. We are going to have an interview, of course, with the AZUBU coach who finally looks a little bit happier. He was having some sort of stressful situation earlier. No matter if he was looking at himself or not, he did not look happy.
Yeah, things didn't really go all that well for them in the beginning, but then the players in the middle of the lineup came really through for them. We're having the interview now, of course, and the coach, once again, with his smile, not as happy as he used to be.
Yeah.
A little bit more serious today.
Yeah, definitely so. He's taking this match really, really seriously.
의견을 많이 따랐고요. 예, 무조건 이기는 것으로 생각을 했었는데요. 예, 어떻게 잘 됐네요.
So he listened to the players when he decided the order for the roster today and asked them for their opinion and what kind of order they should go for. Yeah. Just crediting them there a bit and not taking all the credit for himself. He's being asked here what he personally thinks was the most important set for them today.
오늘 끝날 수 있겠다. 라고 생각을 했는데 슬픈 경기가 두 번이나 펼치면서
He always thinks the first set is the most important match, and when Sleep won the first set, he thought actually that it was going to be an easy match today, but unfortunately StarTale is a strong team and they were able to get 2 sets on us.
너무 행복합니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 이제 아즈부가 2위까지 단독 2위까지 치고 올라갔습니다. 아즈부의 입장에서는 이제 1위, 단독 1위죠. 승수가 더 많으니까 1위까지 올라갔는데 이제 지켜야 되는, 사수해야 되는 입장이거든요. 어떤 각오 한마디 부탁드리겠습니다.
예,
AZUBU is now first place after this. How do you feel about that? They did take the first place in the standings.
Yeah, Axiom Ace of course still has to play their match.
Yeah. It could be short-lived for first place.
But for now they take it.
이제 엑시오메이터만 잡는다면 저희 결승 진출.
So from season 1
생각하고 있거든요.
네.
Okay, so last season when they defeated StarTale, it was really going well, but they lost to Axiom, so that was a bit of a problem for them. It was kind of the triangle between the 3 teams at the top doing really well, and this season they were once again able to take StarTale. So he says that they have to wait until the later part of the season when they actually have to play against Axiom Ace, how that's going to work out for them.
Yeah, before they can really decide where they feel they'll be in the final standings.
자, 그리고 오늘 또 멋진 경기력을 보여줬던
So really well chosen players, and I like that he said that he kind of relied on his players for the picks there, because they know really, really well. We're going to have an interview with Symbol. The player was able to take out Bomber in the end and close out the series.
일단 요즘 게임을 많이 못해서 방송에서
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was a little surprised of how that match went.
It's been a long time since I played in a broadcasted match, so I was a little bit nervous going into the booth.
보여줬던 이 부화장 세레모니 그리고 이 댄스 세레모니가
But I thought to myself,
어떤 일도로
just to play as I practiced, and that's certainly what he did.
It wasn't actually that long.
상대 팀에서 먼저
Yeah, I mean, it's been like, what, like a week and a half or something, I
제가
think?
이기면
If so.
끝나니까 그냥 두 가지
Like, he also played in the GSTL All-Star match, so...
라는 생각으로 또 세레모니를 보여주셨네요.
Or he did
저희 또
do well.
이성은 상이 또 세레모니상이 걸려 있거든요.
Especially in the Marine splits.
지금까지 선수들의 세레모니가 조금은 부족하고
They're asking him about the units dancing, and he said that StarTale started dancing first, and that's why I wanted to get him back for that.
Payback time. Nice.
쉽지 않죠.
네, 쉽지 않을 것 같아요.
아 쉽지 않으신가요? 왜 그런 거죠? 왜 쉽지 않습니까?
Do you think that
자신감.
you'll receive the ceremony award? And he says he's not really sure. I don't think I'm going to get it. He's pretty shy.
That's actually right. Like, we didn't have any big ceremonies so far. If you disregard what MMA did with the Lemon, I feel he still has that lead.
Yeah, it's actually kind of incredible that we don't have more players doing ceremonies, considering that it's such a big prize money just for dancing around and making fun of your opponents, which is fun. It's just like get money for talking about video games or playing video games like these guys are doing, like we're doing.
That's one of the... I mean, if we had Hyun here, he would definitely get that award. I think there's no doubt in my mind that Hyun would be able to clinch it out.
Yeah, maybe Hyun
Or MC.
MC as well.
감사합니다.
네.
I'm missing those
우리
players.
또 아주부 소속으로서
Hearing from Ragnarok now a little bit.
소감이 어떠세요?
오늘
So it was the first time for him playing as a part of Team AZUBU, and he's being asked how he feels about that and about his performance today.
했는데 이어가지고 다행인 것 같아요.
이런 게 감인가 봐요. 그렇죠.
So he had a build prepared today, and when he was setting up his gear, he actually decided to switch his build, and it worked out really well for him. So he was very happy that he actually got that win.
네. 어쨌든 뭐 축하드리고 신일범 선수 이제
That's interesting. Switching the build on the spot when you're setting up your gear, that's like after you prepared it.
최고다. 혹은 우리 감독님
That's ballsy indeed.
이거 좋아요. 자랑 한번 부탁드립니다.
What do you think the strength of Team AZUBU is?
매우 편하고요.
I think it's how Goofy Sleep looks when he stands out like that.
네, 감사합니다.
He says it's very,
연습할 때 편한 게
very like comforting when he's practicing.
연습 외에는 이제 불편하다는 얘기인데.
Tell Sleep to sit down.
Apparently, like a really relaxed training environment. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
연습할 때 편한 거 말고는
From
더 좋은 게 없는
what the
거야.
players have said so far.
이런 장치 보여주셨는데.
네, 좋습니다. 자, 신일범 선수 이제 새 팀으로 새 출발을 하게 됐고 승리도 기분 좋게 따냈거든요. 아주부 유니폼을 입은 또 아주부의 신일범으로서
Your
각오
goal
한마디 마지막으로 부탁드리겠습니다.
going forward in future GSTLs.
오늘 첫 번째
Let me guess,
이적구의
winning
경기라서
and showing his
부담이 좀
best.
많았는데 이제
He said that I was a little bit pressured because it was my first match for AZUBU.
팀 결승 가는 거 도와드리고 싶어요.
아, 좋습니다.
And I'll practice really hard to help our team go to the finals.
보도록 하겠습니다. 자,
You know,
It's not really an answer, I think, but like,
yeah.
that didn't really answer the question. But it's a nice statement, anyways.
Now we're going to take a look at today's results, refresh your memory. A pretty close team series. Like I said, these are, two of the best teams in the world. And AZUBU takes it with a 4-2, despite the fact that Boom Boom doesn't have a team tag and Ragnarok is not a Protoss. That's how it went down.
Yeah. And also Sander is a Terran player, another Zerg player. Still, he didn't switch anything there.
Also, Tristram is not capitalized. But all of these things aside, those were the results.
And yes, while we added idle work account is written with a D and not with 2.
Yeah,
So,
nothing wrong here.
yeah. AZUBU currently up, of course, since Mesa hasn't played their 5th game yet. They are gonna play that quite soon, and then we will see who takes the lead here. But for now, AZUBU clenches out the top spot.
Yeah.
+4 indicator here for them.
As long as AZUBU, or rather Acer wins their next match, they will take the first place spot back no matter what. There's no way for them to not if they win.
So pretty cool games today so far. We didn't see the ace match. I really thought we would go into the ace match, but the next game that we're gonna see is StarTale versus Seoul. And yeah, I don't know what to say there, but for Seoul,
It's gonna be potentially disastrous. That match could actually be like one of the most one-sided matches we've had.
I mean, Seoul has to show something now. This is about
It's
honor.
now or never.
This is about honor. That's what it is about. I don't think that they have any hopes of actually achieving anything this season. They would have to rely on crazy results in the other matches, but they definitely don't want to go down without winning anything at all. So they kind of have to give their best here to at least show that they are capable of winning.
Yeah, and I think that for Seoul, the funny thing is they have such good players, so many players high up in the individual rankings. When it comes to playing in the team league, something is not clicking. I don't know what it is. I mean, even when you don't have to work as a team, you don't have to do snipers, you don't have to do the all-kill, they just don't have that synergy that they need.
Next week, they have the chance to prove it that they are still capable of winning team matches. They have to show it against StarTale of all teams, so that's going to be an interesting match. We have Code A coming up tomorrow, the Challenger League that is for Korea, so keep that in mind. Flash is playing versus Koka.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Yep.
So definitely tune in tomorrow. Do not miss it. Tell your friends as well. Koka back on the rise. Could go straight to Code S against Flash. So one of those two is going to advance.
Exactly. We're done for the day now, though. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the matches today. We're going to see you guys tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.